Good evening and welcome to Estuary TV News. I'm Dan Kemp. My guest tonight is Katie Green, who will be talking about the World Words Festival, and later I'll be giving you the sports news.
Hello, in the headlines today, older people are being encouraged to stay active if they want to stay healthy, and police are appealing for witnesses to an assault in Hull. But first, two men involved in a robbery in Beverley have been sentenced to a total of 21 years in prison. Jack O'Neill, 19 and 23-year-old Kevin Smith pleaded guilty to conspiring to rob Guest and Phillips Jewellers in Saturday Market. O'Neill was sentenced to 9 years and Smith got 12 for his role in that robbery and a number of burglaries in South Yorkshire. The YMCA hopes to build a new 146-bedroom facility in Grimsby that can meet the needs of 21st century young people. Their accommodation and sports hall on the Peaks Lane site was opened in the 1970s and will need to be demolished to make room for the new building. But the build and demolition will be done in phases so they can continue to provide much needed accommodation for struggling young people. Outline planning permission has been submitted to North East Lincolnshire Council and they're asking the public to share their views.
There's always worries about planning permission. Yes, I mean, we've got to be thinking that, we do have an impact on the local community. I mean, and the local community will be able to have their say as part of the planning process. We're hoping, and I don't envisage that there's going to be any real issues on that. We have talked and consulted with the local community, and generally they are very supportive.
It is vital for older people to get out of the house and be active if they want to live longer. That's according to one of the volunteers who helped organise a tea dance to mark Older Persons Day on Friday. Grimsby Town Hall hosted the event for over 70 people to help stave off social isolation and improve health and well-being. This was the first event of its kind to celebrate the day, but other similar activities are run throughout the year.
It's really important because in the good old days, in the 1940s, and listen to 1940s music here, families were such very close-knit things, and grandma and granddad lived in the same street to you. Of course, in this day and age, people don't live in sometimes even in the same towns. Families are fragmented, and you tend to find that lots of old people tend to live alone. And we do know that for old people's health, it is better for them to socialise. And that's what really the group's about.
It's to get people to come out of the house instead of just sitting vegetating. Too many older people just sit, watch the telly and die.
A 30-year-old man was allegedly assaulted, suffering a broken leg after asking someone to stop wolf whistling at the 27-year-old female he was walking with. The offender allegedly ran off after the assault and the victim of the assault was taken to Hull Royal Infirmary for treatment. A 29-year-old man was arrested and has now been released on bail, but police are appealing for witnesses to help with inquiries. It happened on Hull's Car Lane at around 2:30 a.m. on Sunday, September the 28th. Kevin and Joanne Clifton have both made it through to the next round of Strictly Come Dancing. It's Joanne's first series, and she and Radio 1 DJ Scott Mills were second from bottom in the judges' scores, but avoided the dance-off thanks to viewers' votes. Kevin from Grimsby was safe with partner Frankie from the Saturdays, and Kevin's wife, Karen Hauer, made it through with Towie's Mark Wright. We spoke to Kevin and Joanne's dad, Keith, in Grimsby, about how it feels to have a son, a daughter and a daughter-in-law in Britain's biggest dance show.
Well, obviously very proud. You know, they've got to the top of their competitive careers, especially Joanne with her World Championship, and then they've moved on to an entertainment side of the business. Not everybody can do that. They've come through dancing with people on Burn the Floor, the best travelling dance show in the world. It's been travelling around the world for umpteen years. And they're in front of now 12 million people every week. So, yeah, absolutely very proud. But of course, I say every time that every parent should be proud of whatever their children are doing, whether it be high profile or whether it's the egg and spoon race. They should be proud.
Well, that's today's bulletin, but please remember we're always interested in what you've got to say. So if you've got any stories or views to share with us, get in touch on social media, by phone on 31553, that's Grimsby, or email us. Thanks, bye for now.
Now, as autumn draws in, the World's Words Festival begins. With its mix of literature, performance, local history and crafts, it runs from October the 15th to the 19th. To tell us more about what audiences can expect, it's Katie Green in the studio with us.
Hello.
Hiya, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
Good.
Tell us a little bit about what the festival is all about then.
Okay, so like you said, the World's Words Festival, it's a right eclectic mix of things going on over the 5 days. So we have something literally for everybody, we feel. So we've brought the literature element back to the festival. So we've got anything from people who are aspiring to be writers to those who have already got into their writing and just want a bit of professional feedback on their work. So we've got that all going on. We've got some excellent craft activities going on, so people can come and learn some new skills over a nice cup of tea. We've got some really unique performances as well, where we've got a Shakespearean tea room happening over at Spilsby Theatre, which we're really excited about. But we've also got comedy nights, we've got jazz performances, and we're supporting local people with their theatrical performance as well. So yeah, we're really excited about what we've got on offer for this festival.
Well, I'll try and go into that in a bit more detail in the next few minutes. Tell us a little bit about the Shakespearean tea rooms.
So Shakespearean Tea Room, it's we invite you to come along, and like I said, it is you'll be coming for tea and some homemade cake. But kind of while you're having those, we've got a couple of performers who look after Spilsby Theatre who will be doing some clips from different Shakespearean, some clips from his different things, and you will kind of, as the audience, get to guess like which scenes those kind of coming from. They kind of get jumbled up. There's a little bit of a fun quiz. So it's a tea room with a little bit of a difference.
Sounds like for this festival you've pulled in a lot of different things to try and give the audience something a bit different, as well as just traditional literature.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it did used to start off a literature festival, and it was all about reading and writing. But over the years we've seen that our audiences like to try different things, and we've got such a broader audience now that we do want to provide for all those different audiences, not just local people but people coming into the area as well.
And you've been doing it for 13 years now?
13 years.
How come it's so popular? That's what I want to know.
I think we must just keep on, like I said, because we just keep providing all these really exciting things for people to come to, and there is such a variety, is that people do come and support the festival, and it is so well known now, and we always look at putting on really quality things, as well as working with local people who can deliver those quality events. So yeah, should be good.
And what's your involvement in it? And what kind of got you into it as well?
Well, I personally work in the cultural team, so we work with all different kind of art festivals across the year. This is one I've been working on since I started, so I've been working on it for 6 years. But there's not just myself; there's another team of people who do put the hard work into this festival, and so I'm not just on my own, but it's an exciting one to work on.
And we'll go back to you saying it's trying to bring people into, I suppose, writing.
Yes.
How exactly are you going to do that?
Sorry, say again.
How exactly are you going to bring people into encouraging them to do writing?
Well, we've got over the years, I mean, we've built up such good relationships with residents of the area and those visitors. So we've by building up those relationships, and people are already kind of, they're aware of what we kind of bring to the festival to kind of help them along. So we kind of have that draw in, and from previous audience as well, we ask them, what do you want to see at future festivals? How do you think our literature festival can help you in your progression? So, we listen to our audiences as well to kind of develop it year on year, so we know we're providing something that people want to come to.
And you bring in people that aren't just from the Wolds area.
Yeah.
Where are people coming from?
So we've had people from all over Lincolnshire, right from the south of Lincolnshire. We've had people from Nottingham come to our workshops and some of the evening performances as well. So kind of people from Derby, Yorkshire. So we really do bring people in from a wide area, not just through our county, but through other areas as well.
And there's obviously anything with literature, I suppose, brings in local history as well. What kind of things are you doing?
Yes, so in terms of local history, so we, again, we always work with local people because they know the knowledge to bring to, so we always put on walks, so we put historical walks around kind of like Horncastle and Louth. We've got kind of ghost walks going on as well. We do a lot of partnership works with different organisations for Down Your Wolds, for example, and they are doing things like, what are they doing? Sorry. So they're researching like the medieval graffiti in like churches, so you can visit your local churches and figure out how to figure out what the graffiti is, what they used to do in time. So yeah, there's a lot of local inspired events.
Seems like the expertise of the people in the local area really are useful.
Really are, yeah, and they're so enthusiastic and passionate about their subject area as well, which is really delivered through the presentations and the workshops that they do. And again, that's what people love about them. That they draw in those people, and they learn something when they go away and kind of take that on and tell other people about things. So yeah, it's really, really good.
I suppose it's important to highlight how people can actually get involved as well.
Yeah, so the programme is available on our website. So our website is woldswords.org.uk. We also have a Facebook page and a Twitter page where you can keep up to date all the time with information. And on there is our contact details if you'd like to book tickets and come and see us.
Okay, and is there a fee involved with booking these tickets, or is it free?
It's a range. So some tickets are free. Some events go right up to £12, depending what kind of workshop or performance that you'd like to come to, but there's no booking fees or anything like that, but all details are on our website.
Okay, well, it sounds like a really exciting prospect.
Thank you.
I think people will be really interested to coming down.
Good.
So thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much
Cheers,
for having us. Bye.
And now for the sport. Seems like I've been repeating myself for the last few weeks, but again, we've had another mixed week of fortunes for our local sides. Hull City picked up their first Premier League win since the opening day of the season by beating Crystal Palace 2-0 at the KC Stadium. Mohamed Diame made it in 3 and 4 for his new club, and Nikita Jelavic scored late on to make the result more comfortable. Scunthorpe United lost in their derby against Doncaster Rovers. Rory Fallon opened the scoring 24 minutes in for the Iron, but they were pegged back and went down by 2-1. Grimsby Town drew 1-1 at Dartford. Lionel John Lewis scored the equalising penalty 6 minutes from time, moving the Mariners up to 11th in the conference. And North Ferriby United lost 1-0 away to AFC Fylde. Hull FC's Joe Westerman has been called up to the England Rugby League squad for their Four Nations tournament against world champions Australia, New Zealand and Samoa down under. They kick off in Brisbane in October the 25th against Samoa. Departing Hull Kingston Rovers man Josh Hodgson is also in coach Steve McNamara's squad before he heads to play for the Canberra Raiders. The Hull Stingrays have continued their poor start to the Elite League ice hockey campaign. The Rays went down by 5-2 against the Dundee Stars on Sunday evening, meaning the side is still yet to win at home this term. Club captain Matty Davis said afterwards that the team dominated the game from start to finish, but there were a few shifts when they slept, and if you do that, teams pick you off. The side must now prepare for a Challenge Cup trip to Sheffield Steelers on Wednesday night. In rugby union, Hull RUFC's club captain and all-time leading point scorer has left the club. James Cameron holds the record for most points in a season and has represented Yorkshire. He moves to London for work purposes. Dave Robinson of Flextech Ettridge Cycles completed the Derbyshire 100-mile time trial in 3 hours and 57 minutes. The achievement sees Dave become part of an elite group of cyclists who have finished the race in less than 4 hours. But not far behind was fellow local rider Stephen Cook from Lindsay Road Cycling Club. He was amongst over 100 riders who finished with a respectable time of 4 hours and 7 minutes. And we'll finish where we started with football. We have 3 home games to look forward to tonight. Scunthorpe United are in Johnson's Paint Trophy action at home to Notts County at Glanford Park. Grimsby Town host Altrincham in the Conference, and North Ferriby United play host to Leamington in the Conference North. So if one of those is your team, get down to one of those games. Well, that's all for the sport, and I'm afraid that's all we've got for the show. Thanks to our guests. Remember, the World's Words Festival is from the 15th to the 19th of October. Also, if you've got a local event, story or indeed sport, and you want to have your view and get in touch with us, get in touch by emailing us at news@estuary.tv, contact us through our social media via Twitter or Facebook pages, or simply pick up the phone and call Grimsby 01472 315 561 or 315 553. Bye for now.